Let's go, D.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Fields. Space to maneuver at the 40. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's how we do, D.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and... At the 40-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Yo. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. So we got man.
2nd and 4. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Fields. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he's taken down inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Go.
On 1st down, Fields. Flush to his right. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. in for the score. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively, 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Pulled in at the 24. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They'll run with Michelle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, that forced the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And Robinson with a big catch. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Demarcus Robinson, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balazs. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Here we go.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
On the jet sweep, here's Grant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they get there...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is alive. There he goes, left side. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. As his guys are in for 6, and the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
It's second down.
Hey, echo. Check. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Here's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
To throw on second down, Fields. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hard. Let's go. Check that. Hard. Watch the motion.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Balaj. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. From the 41. Rosen, open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
51's the mic. Hey. 80. 51's the mic, boys. 51.
On first down, it's Rosen. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll go again with Sanders. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Off the bootleg, Fields. Got his man, that's Harry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. On the ground, Michelle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for...
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity.
Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Parker, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. It's a second down run with Sanders. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Fields looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Fields. Forced out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here I come again.
Looking to throw. Fields. Got a man open. That's Harry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Right here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
First down, Dolphins.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. Staying open. Staying open.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 43. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw. Fields. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 32-yard line.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Sanders. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for New England, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able